Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Melinda and I want to talk to you about Optavia. Is it sustainable? Let's see. Okay, so I've been wanting to talk to you all about this for a little while now. I've officially been on Optavia, if I can say it appropriately, for 4 months. Now, I'm not weighed myself this week, but at the last weigh-in, I have lost a total of 40 pounds. And this is my 4th month this week on Optavia. I feel like the time has come to discuss whether this is sustainable or not. There's a couple different factors when it comes to Optavia and which program you are on. I am currently on the 5-in-1, which means I have 5 of their food, which they call feelings, and then I eat 1 meal on my own of a lean and green, which is a protein of something. If you're a meat eater, some type of meat protein. If you're a non-meat eater, they have other protein options. And then the green means an approved vegetable. So it's not always a green vegetable. You can have a squash depending on what the squash is. You can have mushrooms and tomatoes. So when they say green, they mean an approved vegetable. And there's a list of those. Don't worry, they give you a list. It is a very strict plan when you are on the 5-in-1 plan. You're eating around, depending on what you choose for your own meal, anywhere from 850 calories to 1,000 calories a day. You do not exercise while on a 5-in-1. We are just not taking in enough calories to sustain an exercise program as well. There are other programs for people who want to continue to work out and lose weight. So don't think that you can't be on Optavia and work out. You just cannot do that while having 1,000 calories or less, which is the 5-in-1 program, which I am currently on. Now, with that being said, it is a very strict program, and more power to all of those who have been on it for a long term. It is very strict, but with the feelings that you buy through them, make it easy. You only have to think of 1 meal that you have to prepare yourself. So the work that goes into it is definitely a time saver, and I can see you being on the program longer because of the ease of it. It is very easy. But with that, very strict. And when I say very strict, it's come to a point where me personally, I do not want that severe strictness. I have lost the stress eating weight, and though I want to lose a little bit more, it's okay if it's not as quickly. So I am switching to the 4-in-2 plan, which is not as strict, but that will be another video. I'm just talking about the 5-in-1 plan and is it sustainable. So if you can live with only having 1,000 calories a day, which you can, it's very filling and it gets you through the day, and you're allowed to have a snack as well. So you can go up to 1,100 calories, but anything over, they say anything over 1,200 calories, you are not going to lose in a rapid pace, is which the program has been set for. Okay. So it is very strict. Second, if you are on the 5-in-1 plan, you need around 23 boxes in order to have a full month of their food. Okay. So 23 boxes. And depending on what product you choose, that can be around $400 a month. And I say depending on what you choose because the Essential line, which is the Optavia new logo line, I say that because I used to be a MetaFast, that has certain vitamins and other product into the packages, and they are a little bit more expensive than if you picked their older program MetaFast. And that's all laid out on their website. The MetaFast Feelings, because it doesn't have as many vitamins in it for you, is a little cheaper. But then you'll, for whatever reason, and then the Optavia Essential line is a little bit more expensive. Also, if you want any certain product out of the Feelings, for example, I like to get the no soy ones. I like to limit my soy intake, and a lot of the products have soy in it, but there's a handful also that do not, and I like to pick from those. Well, those are a little bit more expensive as well. So I say on an average, you will be spending $400 a month for their Feelings. I spend more than that a month. I'm usually around the $500 a month for their Feelings because I am a 90% no soy. All of their bars have soy in it, so if I want to pick their bars, I do have to pick something with soy. But as far as the Feelings, I'm having problems talking today. What is going on? If you pick the powder Feelings where you add water and then make it, there's quite a few of the non-soy items for that, and it is on the higher end pricing, and you get 7 Feelings per box. So think about that. All right, so it can be very expensive, and not only is it $500 for me on that program, and like I say, it's normally $400 if you get the regular ones that have soy in it and all that stuff. Is normally a $400 a month. So just let you know that. You also have to pay for your lean and green. So you're still going to the market. You need to get whatever meat you're going to be eating. You get 1 meal a day. And so whatever meat you're going to be eating for 1 meal a day, whatever vegetables that you're going to be eating for the day. I mean, obviously you don't shop every single day. For the week, for every single day. And you still have to buy those items. Yeah, let that sink in for a little bit. So your bill can be quite expensive. And that has become very expensive for me. So it's really strict and it can be very expensive. All right. So what else are the reasons that it might not be sustainable? The only other thing that I want to mention is, besides the price and the strictness, is that 1,000 calories a day is very low. And be mindful in the beginning, you will feel that, you'll be sluggish, you might have headaches. I had headaches. But once you get into fat burning mode, you won't be as sluggish. You will feel more energy and everything that comes with burning fat. But it can be a limited amount of calories when you have 2 young kids to run around after. Even though I'm trying not to exercise, I am getting exercise by just going to the park with them, playing with them outside, all of the regular day stuff that we do, which does make me hungrier. That was one of the aspects of why I was getting so hungry. And then I'm trying to stick to the strictness of the plan, but I'm still so hungry, not wanting to eat off the plan, and then worried that if I didn't stay below a certain amount of calories, I was going to gain the weight back, because you can't go from 1,000 calories straight to your 17 to 2,000 calories and not gain some of the weight back. You have to gradually work your way back into a 1,700 calorie range, which is another reason why I'm switching to the 4 and 2. It is a higher calorie count. It'll help me sustain my energy when I'm playing with my kids. I do not have to buy as much of their food, so I am saving money, and it's not so strict on what you can't have. I am allowed dairy and fruit, not much, but you're not allowed to have any of that on the 5 and 1 plan. On the 4 and 2, I am. So, is it sustainable? It can be, not for the long run. It is very strict and is very expensive for the long run. But you can, and you can do it for up to a year or however long you want to get the weight off, and then gradually go into the 4 and 2, and then transition into a normal eating pattern. And not that this isn't normal, it's supposed to train you in a new way of thinking about food, right? It's not supposed to be comfort and handle our emotions. It's not something we turn to. It's a way of having energy and sustaining our life. And that is where it's supposed to be. And I have noticed that I do not eat as much. I get fuller sooner at my lean and green meal, where before I was like, oh my gosh, it's the only meal that's sustaining me. But now I'm like, ooh, I'm full. And then another reason why I like to break it up into 2 different portions, eating times. So I get my full lean and green in, and I'm not so full, which is nice that I'm reprogramming my body to eat smaller portions, which, right, I should be anyways. Totally went off the rail, didn't I? Which I normally do. If you've been around and you've seen my videos, I'm like, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Yeah, but I come back around. Don't worry, I come back around. All right, for the long term, I think that a short term, whatever that may be for you, you can do this for years at a time to get the weight off and be this strict. I cannot be this strict, and especially when I have reached the major weight that I wanted to get off from the stress eating. I do want to continue with a few more pounds. This is why I'm switching the 4 and 2, but you can absolutely stay on this strict program. You can do it, absolutely. There are people here to help, and you can be on the program for a long-term basis. If you can stick to the strict plan and you have the finances to do it, absolutely. But me, I do not have the finances to do it for a long period of time. I have stayed on it for 4 months, very strict. I got the stress weight off that I wanted, and now I'm gonna switch to the 4 and 2. It's not as strict. I get a little bit more calories, and it's not as costly because their feelings can be quite expensive. And now I get to eat 2 meals that I prepare for myself, that I can go to the grocery store, I can price check, I can do discounts, and I can save money that way. So I get to do that as well. All right. That's my opinion and my thoughts on it, and if it's sustainable, let me know in the comments below. If you are on an Optavia plan, if you've ever been on one, if you're thinking about it, if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know if you're on one. It's always nice to know that we're here together doing this. And if you're new here, think about hitting the subscribe button. We'd love to have you join the family. And until next time, bye everyone.